Yes, I was discussing the last slide of my lecture. So, keeping in view Kafka's letters, uh, Kafka's expectations, his own weaknesses, he considers father as a captain, as a wise ruler, expectation of wisdom and sagacity from his father, harmonic relationship between father and kids. Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the role of father is bringing up kids, reduce the intensity of a generation gap. Now you can say that keeping in view these letters, we come to know that how generation gap should be reduced, and how father should bring up his kids. So there is more need of love, understanding, mutual respect, and harmony. On the other hand, you dictate your children, and you expect them to follow the rules set up by you. There should be the need of love, understanding, mutual respect, and harmony. There must be more friendliness, frankness between father and kids as compared to rules and dictations. Better to understand relations in all context. So you can say that this is not only in the context of father and son relationship. When you are in any relationship, when there is a relationship between husband and wife, then relationship between two friends, or the relationship between two brothers or sister and brother, in any relation, you can say that there is need of love and understanding and mutual respect. So we should not impose our rules on other people so that they will be compelled to carry out our orders, and then the bitterness and hatred will be created out of the situation. So we expect a lot from others to follow the rules. We have certain rules and we want that others should follow the rules, but we consider this fact that whether we are following these rules or not. So we consider others' weaknesses, but we seldom consider our own weaknesses, because there must be self-evaluation. So in any stage of life, so bringing up the children is very serious and sensitive matter. If you want your children to be confident, to have wisdom, to have better understanding of life, you should be flexible and more understanding to the kids, towards your kids, and there must be mutual respect, because there must be harmonic relations if you want to develop your child, if you want to make them confident. So this is the basic theme of letters to the father by Kafka. Okay, you please. I want you to just respond. So from slide 1 to the last. So I want you to ask me question, or if you haven't understood anything, you ask me the question regarding that. So you can unmute your yes, you can unmute your uh, uh, mics, and you can ask me question, and I want to show you the slides. Yes.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, beta, can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, his mother, why his letter don't give his father?
आप स्लाइड देख रहे हैं स्लाइड?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any question, please, you want to ask?
Regarding this slide.
Yes. Just I want to show you from the very beginning. This is the first slide. Yes. Introduction about the writer. This is the second slide. If you want to have question regarding the second slide, you may ask me so that we will discuss. Yes, can you see the second slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ask me question regarding the second slide. Yes, I could see many of you. Yes, please. Second slide is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Second slide is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. We go to third slide. Yes. You should look at the third slide. If you want to discuss anything, please do discuss with me. Because we should understand his work, his themes, and overall, generally speaking, his concepts, his opinions before going towards letters to his father. Can you see that the third one?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, what is magical realism? Yes, any one of you? What is magical realism?
Sir, when we blend the magic and reality together.
Yes, Saja, when we blend or combine the magic and reality, oh, fantasy and reality,
Yes,
when
sir.
we combine or when we join
Fantasy and
fantasy and
imagination, our,
reality,
yes, sir.
and this is called magical realism. It means that magic and reality, as we know that magic is fantastic, it is beyond reality, but when we combine it with the reality, so it means that we make something that is impossible into possible. We convert or transform something that is supernatural into natural, from magical to reality. So it means that there is a magical realism, as we know that the best example of magical realism in Kafka's case is in Metamorphosis, when Gregor, the hero, the protagonist, when he changes, when he transforms from man into insect. So in his journey from man to insect basically is magical realism. So it is not possible a man turns to insect or man turns to a snake, but it is possible, as in the case of when you compare, as in the case of Estrie Coleridge, because Estrie Coleridge poetry there is supernatural element. So with the help of suspension of disbelief, so he uh, makes the supernatural, he presents supernatural element or scene or character in a way that appears, it appears or he appears real. So from supernaturalism to naturalism, so he presents supernatural element or supernatural creature or character in a way that it appears real. So that is, the formula, there is a suspension of disbelief. And here in this case that there is a combination of fantastic and real element, and it is happening in uh, metamorphosis. Yes. Any other question, keeping in view the third slide? Beta, your comments and your questions are very important, because uh, I don't want to deliver lecture all the time, because you ask me question. The first thing is that you should ask me question and I will answer that question. The second thing is that you must have your own comments. You must have your own evaluation and try to communicate your evaluation or your ideas to me, so that I have the better understanding that you have understood whatever I taught you. Yes, keeping in with this slide, anyone, if anyone has got question? Yes, Asia, you don't have question?
Yes. No, sir.
You don't. Bhaktavar, you don't have a question? Beta Bhaktavar? Okay, we go to third one and we go to fourth one. Yes. From this slide, you may have question. Letters to his father. Okay, from my lecture, you come to understand that why why uh, there is importance of these letters. Why we pin importance to these letters? Why Kafka's letters are important? Yes, anyone? Anyone wants to answer this question? Yes. Why Kafka's letters are important? Why does we pin importance to why do we pin importance to Kafka's letter? Why does anyone pin importance to Kafka's letter? Yes. Anyone? Yes, beta. Anyone?
So through his letter, we understand Kafka's thought and what he was uh, feel about his family and his father.
Very good. Kafka is a literary person. He's a man of literature. So we can observe, we can go through his letters in order to understand his position, in order to understand his thoughts. So how does a literary person uh, is talking about his life, talking about his relation. So basically, Kafka's father was very dominant. So his dominant personality. So he was scared from his father. So due to the fact that he grew as a timid and shy child, so he had got great complaints against his father. So therefore, as a literary person, how does he evaluate the situation? How does he promote his ideas and opinion? So keeping in view this fact, we pin importance to letters of Kafka. Yes. Any other question?
So why his mother don't give his letter to his father?
Yes. Again, repeat your question.
Sir, why his mother don't give his letter to his father? इन्होंने जब अपने
Actually,
father को
yes,
letter.
yes, I have understood. Actually, what happens, he has no courage to hand over his letters to his father. In the first place, he does not have courage to speak to his father face to face. So he must speak to, because he has got complaints against his father. He must be in position to speak face to face him, but he does not have courage to speak face to his father. So he does not denounce him, confront him physically. So he has got lot of regrets and he has got lot of complaints against his father. So he writes down in the form of letters. And in the second place, he does not have courage to hand over these letters directly to his father. So he requests his mother to give his letters to his father. But his mother also fails to deliver those letters because, as you know, that his father was dominant by nature and his mother was scared too. So you can say that he also complains about the negativity of his mother because he thinks that his mother is good towards him, but she is playing tricks regarding the relation between his and his father's relation. She usually plays tricks. So he does not basically understand the role of her mother. So therefore he requests his mother to hand over his letters to his father, but his mother does not comply that, and she doesn't do so. Yes. Yes, we go to another slide.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, Kafka's father used to hate him, or it was his normal behavior with his son?
Yes, it's a very good question again. Yes. Basically, you can say that the expectation, because whatever we have read, it is the expectations of Kafka. But what were the expectations of his father? His father expected that he should be brave and courageous uh, uh, person, the brave and courageous son. So his father has got this expectation. But his father, uh, according to these letters, his fathers did not play any constructive role in manipulating his character or changing his attitude. So Kafka was suffering from tuberculosis because there were many reasons of his diffident nature. There were many reasons. Kafka was suffering from tuberculosis, as we know that the person who is not sound in health does not contribute positively. So the negative thoughts of Kafka, so he considers that it is because of his father that he grows as a negative person, he grows as a timid and shy person, but it is not the whole affair. It is not the whole course. Basically, Kafka himself is responsible for many things. But as we know that when we evaluate the relation between Kafka and father, their relation is not based on affinity. So his father wants him to become courageous person. He must have a strength and he must have be brave person. But Kafka's father lay down certain rules for him. So there are certain rules and there are certain dictations. Basically, Kafka does not want to comply. So he wants to refuse because it is not possible for any person to follow the rules. So Kafka's father is Martinent. He is angry man. So he is not gentleman, and he wants Kafka to follow his rules always. And it is not possible for Kafka to follow his rules or to follow his dictation. So therefore, there is a generation gap. There is lot of gap between Kafka and his father, Hermann Kafka. So there is there are various reasons, but according to Kafka, as we read his letters, the fault lies with his father. The fault does not lie with him, but fault lies with his father. So the role of his father was not constructive, was not good one. Therefore, he and his family suffered a lot due to that fact. Yes, yes. Please ask me another question, or you want to make any comment? Yes, dear students.
Yes, sir. Basically means he did not hated his son, but actually he did not knew that how he supposed to treat him and how he should play the role to construct his character.
Actually, he should be the role model for his son. And when you are when you, because you should not be, you should never be a boss. The role of his father is bossy, bossy in nature. So there are certain rules. The Kafka supposed to follow these rules, but as we know that the role of father should be good one. The father should be friendly, frank, and good by nature. And when, because you are upbringing your children, you should not be boss, and you should not have uh, dictations, and you should not have the view that your children should follow the rules. And another important thing is that, Asia, another important thing is that his father does not follow those rules. This is double standard, and this is hypocrisy, because whatever rules he has ordained for Kafka, he is just giving to Kafka. He is not supposed to follow these rules. So this is also double standard, and this is fake identity and hypocrisy from his side. So he does not, basically the gist of matter is that he does not understand Kafka's nature, mind, emotional response, or you can say that his emotions, sentiments, and psychological understanding. So maybe it is possible that he could understand, but he could not promote the same to Kafka. So you can say that father wants his son to become to be courageous, to be brave person in his life. So the expectation is not only possible, because you have got expectations from your sons, you have got expectations from your daughters, but practically if you are failed to do so, if you are failed to comply that, so you cannot say practical example. So it is not possible for your sons and daughters to follow you and to see you as a role model. Yes, we go to another slide. Yes. Yes, you can look at this slide and ask me question. Yes, please. Yes. Yes, anyone? Yes, Safia. Beta, is Safia there? Yes. आप स्लाइड को देख रहे हैं आप?
Yes, sir.
जी, please you see the slide and ask me question. Are you, if you want to make any comment?
Sir, Sana Ali is asking in written form in chat that did his letter reach to his father?
No, Sana should speak herself. Why you are speaking in the place of Sana? Yes, Sana Ali. Yes, Sana Ali, beta. Can you hear me?
सर मैं ये पूछ रही थी जो काफका का लेटर था वो उसके फादर के पास पहुंचा था.
Yes, actually जो काफका के लेटर्स हैं वो हो सकता है कि उसके फादर के पास पहुंचे हों, but it is not clear. But basically Kafka's whole work. So Kafka was German and he was Jew. Yehudi tha, he was Jew and he was German. And he wrote his work, but he wanted, basically he handed over his work to sister in reality, and he wanted her sister to throw his work, to throw these books and the piece of writings, to throw or bury it somewhere. But basically his sister went to Europe and then went to another country and published his work when he was no more, when Kafka was no more. So his work was published posthumously. So it's not clear whether his father was able to see his letters, but we just, I want to see whether his father was able to see his letters. But I think that the letters were not delivered to him because his mother didn't deliver his letter to his fathers. As you know that whenever we read the letters of Kafka, can't you feel that we have the same expectations from our parents? So when mother fails to understand our feelings or sentiments, understand our mind, we have got lot of complaints. When brothers, when sisters, or even when father does not understand our feelings, because as we know that understand feelings in the sense of choices, the choices uh, we make choices regarding the decisions of our life, the decision of education, the decision of marriage, or decision of settlement. So these are our expectations, but our parents do not comply, do not see eye to eye with us, do not agree with us. So we have got many complaints. Isn't so? कि हमारी भी बहुत सारी कंप्लेंट्स होती हैं फादर और मदर, और फिर हम लोग चाहते हैं कि वो अंडरस्टैंड करें, लेकिन दे कांट अंडरस्टैंड अस. इजंट सो?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we have got lot of complaints against our parents too when they don't understand our position, especially girls. uh, your parents want you to be married away to the person you dislike most, or there are cousin marriages, or you see that your parents don't want to ask you the decision of your marriage, or that your parents don't allow you to go to university and study over there. So these and other problems are many. So sometimes you feel that your parents are authoritarian or mountain too, because they don't listen to your opinions, ideas, and thoughts, because they feel that you uh, are growing up, and then your decisions, your suggestions, or your pieces of advice are no more important.
Right.
Yes, you can see this slide also, because Kafka wants to have encouragement from his father, and then there has not been any encouragement. There has not been appreciation from his father. So Kafka expects a lot from his father when he was a child. So his father didn't come up to his expectations because he evaluates the role of his father when he was a child. So he wrote letters keeping in view that situation when he grew up, when he was growing up, and when he stepped into young age. So basically, say, this is a uh, there is no mutual respect, and then there is no mutual understanding. Again, this is a big generation gap. So this is a very important slide, as you know that uh, Kafka's expectation, he wanted to see a good friend in his father. So Kafka thinks that he is a shy, timid, and weak. He dreams to have enjoyed health, eloquence, loudness of voice, self-satisfaction, worldly superiority, stamina, presence of mind, understanding of human nature. If his father had been good to him, is if his father had been kind to him, so he basically wants to enjoy all these good and constructive qualities, but his father has not been good and his father has been negative to him, so therefore he has failed to develop all these virtues and all these qualities. He expects more cheerer, happier, refresher, relaxed father as compared to the strict one. Yes, this is very important slide. If you have got any question regarding that, yes, yes, please. Any question?
No, sir.
Yes, after my lecture, I am going to share this slide with you as well as PDF file of Kafka's letter, because when you study those letters, surely you will be able to understand Kafka's position and Kafka's thoughts and opinions about his father. But you can evaluate from your own. So uh, we should not uh, we should not have complaints regarding our parent. To some extent, our behavior, our attitude, uh, our feelings, our sentiments are also responsible for molding our character and attitude. So whenever you blame others for your stinginess, for your jealousy, for your negative sentiments. So it doesn't seem sound, because you yourself is responsible for many things. Yes, you can see this slide, and again, you can see this slide as well. Yes, you want to make any comment or you want to say something, if you want to ask any question, you are most welcome. Yes, can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, you can see this slide, and you can see this last slide well as well. Because this is evaluation, my personal evaluation about Kafka's letters, because as we know that whatever I have found, Kafka's expectations are very much there in the letters, but he does not consider his own weaknesses, because you should not 100% blame others for your negativity. He considers the father as a captain, as a wise ruler, but his father fails to do that. Expectation of wisdom. Now he expects his father to be wise, to be sinner, sagacity, a person who has got wisdom again. Harmonic relationship between father and kids, and you know that there must be harmony between father and kids, and there must be friendliness and frankness. The role of father in bringing up kids, now there is a major role of father in bringing up the children. If father is weak, father is not strong, and if father does not understand the emotions and sentiments of the kids will grow as a weak personality, as it is mentioned over here there. Reduce the intensity of generation gap. Yes, when we understand your kids and your kids can communicate their fears, uncertainties, and doubts to you, and you are going to give them confidence, naturally they will grow the good people, grow as a gentleman, and grow as a good persons. So there is a need of love, understanding, mutual respect, and harmony. Yes, better to understand relations in all context. So it's not only restricted to father and son relationship, but you see that in all relations. Yes, there is a psychological gap, therefore breach is there. When there is psychological emotional gap, there is a breach is there, and because of that breach, you can't understand a person. Yes. Now I would like to share with you, I will share with you the letters uh, to his father by Kafka, the PDF file, and this document as well, and this slide as well, so that you will understand. And yes, I expect from your side that you will come with the questions in the next class, because if it is over from now, then we can proceed to next topic. Yes, have you seen your marks?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with your marks?
Yes, sir.
Basically, I want to show your papers in the class, because everyone must have a view of his or her paper. So I don't know, you see that there are certain complaints from the students that I gave more marks to girls as compared to boys. So it's not possible, because I'm a fair judge and you can see your papers, because you should check your papers. As I am talking about paper in the sense that I have been working with you a lot, because the main task of a teacher to uh, guide you or to suggest you, so that you may improve. Improvement basically is the major task I understand that I should have for you, and then you should be a better writer, and you should better evaluate the questions and write in a better way. So I don't know. I'm not perfect in checking the papers, but I don't want to give the marks or award the marks to those students who don't know how to write a single sentence. So I don't know. You see that you must prepare yourself from grammar point of view. You must know parts of speech. You must know sentences, compound, complex, simple sentences. You must have the book of Ren and Martin, and you should go through